Hello, welcome to my live stream here. This is Frances Herdes, and today I'll show you 5 fragrant applications, essential oils for happiness and productivity, especially in the darker winter time. You know, in the summer we are often happy to see the sun and to enjoy the sun, to enjoy the warmth, and to just relax in the park or at the beach or in between when you take a break and we just take our sun chair out or our sun bed and then we just lie down or sit down and relax in the sun. And just being in the sun makes us really happy. So how can we invite the sun into our hearts and into our minds and our whole being when it's a little bit darker outside? You might be outside in nature during winter time anyway, if you go out with your dog, if you go out on your bicycle or for a walk or horseback riding, then you catch a lot of sunlight as well. Just on a rainy day, like here in Hamburg today, you might not catch that much sun, so I'll invite you to a few fragrant applications with which you can raise your happiness levels and be in a good mood just by the fragrance around you. And the first one is when we stress ourselves out too much, we really suppress our own happiness. When we stress about being perfect, when we stress about doing too many things a day or trying to please everyone, then that kind of stress can really bring down our happiness. So the first essential oil blend I'm showing you is a blend that helps you to release stress and really to be in that relaxed and joyful state again. It's a blend made of copaiba, lime, vanilla, and what else? I think lavender. And it's a very simple blend, and if you love vanilla, not only in the vanilla Kipfel, you know, the cookies you make for Christmas, but vanilla is really a scent to enjoy. And I don't mean the synthetic vanilla, which you have in many fragrance lamps or in fragrant candles. I don't mean that kind of synthetic vanilla, where you have like an oily film when you inhale it, or when you even put it on your skin, then you have an oily film on your skin. I don't mean that kind of vanilla, but the pure and the fresh vanilla that you would experience if you smell fresh vanilla from the plant itself. So this special blend, I often take a drop just onto the palm of my hand. And you see many people, when they apply essential oils, you know, they come in these little bottles. They are often too impatient to get the oil out, and they just turn it on its head and say, "You stupid oil, come out," and then they shake the bottle and 10 drops come out. But really, if you have a genuine and pure essential oil, you just need 1 drop per application. And for that, you just gently move the bottle around and you watch how the drop forms, and then you really have exactly 1 drop on the palms of your hands. So that's a little secret in how to apply essential oils and not have the whole bottle on your fingers. Because essential oils are precious, not only in what they do for us, physically, emotionally, spiritually, but also if you have the right quality of essential oils, of course, they are distilled and highly concentrated from the plant. So using 1 drop really is enough. So you can rub it in between the palms of your hands and just smell it. Just inhale it. And in each stressful situation, be it an argument with your teenager at home or you have little children and they are very energetic the whole day and you just need that 5 minutes of rest or even 1 minute and just sit down and take a deep breath. Or if your work time is stressful and you have to deal with colleagues that are very demanding or your boss who's very demanding and you have a lot to do, especially before Christmas time, then you should have this oil blend in your handbag at all times, because every time you get stressed, you can take out a drop and just inhale and just enjoy the balance and the freshness. Why does it work so well? And by the way, if you're already using essential oils, please share your experiences with us here just by commenting. What do essential oils do for you? And what are your favorite applications for being in a good mood, for being productive, for releasing stress? Just share them with us so we can learn a little bit new as well. So why does it work so well? Because whatever we smell directly connects to our emotional center in the brain, the limbic system, and without thinking we immediately have an inner picture, we have a feeling that comes up or a memory, and that's how it works. You don't have to think about it, but when you smell fresh vanilla, when you smell fresh lavender or fresh peppermint or even orange, you immediately have that feeling of the last summer vacation, that feeling of Christmas. And we'll get to Christmas in one of the applications I show you today, because there's one special blend that really smells like Lebkuchen, you know, those spicy cookies you have around Christmas time that are really nice with chocolate and a little bit spicy. So there's an oil blend for that as well. But first of all, releasing stress. It works so well because very often we create the stress in our heads. We think about something and, oh, I have to do that, and I have to do that perfectly. I have to do all of this at once, and I have to have it done since yesterday. Do you know those thoughts? Very often we create our own stress in our mind. And in one of my favorite TV series, there's a scene, you know, from Lost, where Hurley just says to the other guy, "Dude, it's all in your head." And it often reminds me when I get into stressful thoughts or stressful emotions, I just think, hey, it's all in your head. And when I try to release that stress just by thinking about it, then I get even deeper into that stress. Because the problem is caused by my thinking, and when I try to solve it on the same level, that often doesn't work. I don't know about your experience, but if you keep thinking about that stress and keep thinking of getting out of that stress, you're still in the stress mode. So what I always need is this blend, which is called Stress Away. And without thinking about it, I take a drop on the palms of my hands and I just inhale it, knowing very well that I don't have to think about it, but it takes an immediate effect in releasing stress and in being relaxed again. Many times I see it in yoga workshops or meditation workshops or whatever you like to go to as a workshop or as a seminar. Very often we arrive there with our physical body, we are physically present, but it takes us about 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to really be fully present with our thoughts and our whole being there. And when I give oils classes, just like last weekend, I did a tour of oils classes here in Germany, and I immediately give out an oil like Stress Away, and people are instantly in the here and now. They are fully present, and from minute one on, they can enjoy the whole evening or afternoon workshop we do. So that's one of the good things as well. This essential oil blend really brings you in the present time. And I'll show you something very nice for your home. If you have one of those candle burners where you burn essential oils, please keep away from that, because when you have a candle underneath, it has about the same effect as if you would put a lighter, a fire lighter, on your skin, because essential oils are very much alive and you burn them and you destroy them when you have such a candle. And you probably know that kind of residue which stays in the bowl, which is on top of the candle, and you can barely scratch it off after using it a few times. And that's because many people use synthetic essential oils in that, and they leave a residue, and also when essential oils get burned, then they also leave a residue. So I'll show you a way how you can bring the scent of stress away into your home without burning it, and with having all the qualities of releasing stress, of being fully present. So let me dive down here and come up with something good for you. I have it all sorted out here. So one of my favorites here is this diffuser, which always reminds me of the beautiful Alhambra. You know, I studied in the south of Spain for a year when I was still studying, and I visited the Alhambra. You know, in the south of Spain, in Granada, they have these beautiful Mauran buildings. I hope from the Africa, from the Moors. Don't know the exact word, but you probably know these beautiful ornaments, and this always reminds me of that. So I just take the cap off, and because I just did the German video before that, until here I fill it with water. It already has some water in, and I put some drops of Stress Away in there. And with this particular diffuser you really have to watch that you put the lid on correctly, otherwise it drips. So now it's put on correctly. Put on this beautiful cap. Then I turn it on, and it comes with different colors, reminding me of my favorite spa, where I just enjoy the different colors in the spa, knowing that each color has a certain effect on our mood, on our body, on how we feel. And this is the candlelight mode. And of course, I have the very bright studio lights on here, so you can see me well. So in the dark, this all looks a little bit more romantic, a little bit more that the colors can take their effect. But I think you can see it. This is the color changing mode. And you know, in the evening, sometimes I just lie down on the sofa or on the bed and switch off all the lights except for this one, and then it changes its colors, and all kinds of colors. I see them all around at the walls and just watch the colors, and that relaxes me so much. It's amazing. It's just like in your favorite spa where you have different colors affecting you as well. So yeah, because of the bright light you maybe can see it better like this. You see the ornaments as well, and I just love this one. You can set it to different colors as well, and I always have this one at my desk, diffusing stress away when I work on something, because the moment you release your stress, you are much more in your flow, and the moment you are in your happiness mode again, things tend to flow better. You tend to be more productive and get things done much better and in a much shorter time. So why not infuse a little bit of stress away? When I use this one at my desk, I usually switch the light off so I don't get distracted, but of course then if I just do something relaxing like reading, watching a movie, or watching something inspiring, I just put the color switch mode on, and I absolutely love it. And I have Stress Away in here, and that's very cool. Right, I'll dive down and come up in a few seconds, because I have a few more surprises down here, which I show you during the video. By the way, are you enjoying this? Please leave some hearts here in the chat box, or just press the heart button. If you really enjoy this, feel free to invite your friends by just tagging their name here in the comments, and then they see it and then they can enjoy the fragrant applications as well. Alright, that's the first one. The moment you release stress, the moment you release that tension, you tend to be much more in your flow of of happiness, of productivity. So that's one of the secrets for that. Now let's go to a beautiful flower garden. You know, in summertime I really love to visit those old castles, and they often have very beautiful rose gardens, and they have those beautiful benches, you know, from the Baroque age. I hope Baroque is the right word, but you know, this beautifully made benches where you can sit on right beneath, underneath, or next to a rose flower kind of bush. And you see the most beautiful flowers and the most beautiful gardens, and they are very artistically, so you have spaces where you can just relax, you have spaces where you can let your inspiration flow, and just imagine you could bring that inspiration and that fragrance into your own living room. There's a second fragrant application I'm showing you today, and that is with an oil blend which really opens the heart, which really helps us to not be so hard on ourselves, but to be more loving towards ourselves and others, because this special blend contains rose oil and geranium and other flower oils, where if you love meditation and yoga, you can just take a drop and then you use your two ancient anointing fingers, activate that oil 3 times clockwise, apply it on your heart chakra, which is on the middle of your sternum. And then you dive into that beautiful flower garden near your favorite castle, or even the white wildflowers which you can enjoy in nature. You just take a few deep breaths, enjoy the flowers. And by the way, when you do a 30-day application with this blend, you really open up your heart a little bit more, to not be so hard on yourself and to be more loving and kind towards yourself and others. Because rose oil and geranium, they really open you up. And you can even visualize, do a little meditation every day and visualize how these beautiful flowers open up in your heart, so you are more loving and kind. You will be amazed at how it transforms you if you apply that every morning and every evening during 30 days. This oil blend is called Joy. Well, I think the name says it all. And Joy has different flower oils and different citrus oils in there, like orange and other citrus oils. And we'll come to orange and lime in a minute. But this blend of different flower and citrus oils, it really opens up your heart and brings you in that bright mood of happiness, so you can just be happy and just be in your own flow. And for that, I'll dive down for you again and show you something really cool. My little lab. And I have to look for the cables here, because I have different diffusers here, so I don't throw them off here. So here you have my little cozy lab. This one I love to have in my living room. It has much softer lights than the other one, so it's really one for relaxing. I know many massage therapists and wellness therapists who have that in their practice, just in the background with a beautiful blend like Stress Away or Joy or even Christmas Spirit, where we'll get to in a minute as well, or in a few minutes. This one has a remote control and it has different lights as well. I can show them, but my studio light is so bright here, and this is really a relaxed light, so it's not that bright, but very cozy for cozy evenings. I just put some water in, a few drops of Joy, and you see this works like magic. Looks really cool. You know, at one time I had this on display at an expo, and then a little boy came and said, "Oh my god, what a nice nebula machine!" And he was just so joyful and so amazed, and that's exactly the spirit you can bring into your own living room, because joy really brings the whole family together as well, brings friends together, it brightens up the mood, it really strengthens feelings of being together in a harmonious way, because especially all the celebrations around Christmas, they are not always so harmonious in most families, but they actually sometimes they end up in arguments, because the whole family gathers together once a year or just very rare times a year. So quite often in quite a lot of families they have some arguments, and when you diffuse a little bit of joy or stress away or Christmas spirit, which I'll show you in a few minutes, then you really light up the mood and you create a much more harmonious atmosphere. That's one of my favorites. Right, diving down here. So put some joy on your heart if you wish to be more loving and kind towards yourself and others. And also if you have people who get angry or freak out at the office where you work or at your workplace, then just take a drop of joy, wear it as a perfume behind your ears, on your heart chakra, and not only you get more relaxed and joyful, but also the people around you. They might not be able to explain it, but with the sense of smell, we tend to get more relaxed and more uplifted. So have fun with this and observing people get more relaxed around you. Alright, now we'll get to a light and joyful mixture for especially the dark times. By dark I just mean there's not so much sunlight around. And while the oil blend Joy really opens up your heart for joyful experiences, for diving deep into gratitude and joy and really enjoying things, these two I'm about to show you are really for raising up your mood, for raising up your level of happiness, and for that I take a drop of orange essential oil and a drop of lime essential oil. And this is a special winter application. And I'll apply it here around my throat and behind my ears, and also on my wrists. And this is a winter application because with citrus oils you have to be careful with the sun. Citrus oils are sensitive to ultraviolet light. So for the next 24 hours you shouldn't go into direct sunlight, like if you're on winter holiday and you take a sun bath, or you live in the desert and the sun is very strong, or in the mountains, or you even go to the solarium at winter time to get that vitamin D and really brighten up your mood as well. You shouldn't do that with the citrus oils. Wait at least 12 to 24 hours, otherwise you get tanned around those areas. Well, it wears off as well after a few weeks, but it really looks like someone kissed you a little bit too strongly, and that doesn't need to be here in that area that it shows all the time. So just be careful with the citrus oils in the strong sun, in the strong ultraviolet light. This is why these two are very good for winter time, especially here in Hamburg. The sun is not that strong, so that's one of my favorite winter applications, because citrus oils are cleansing and they are really the happiness and good mood oils, because they raise up your mood, they lift you up, and you can have them in the diffuser or just apply this 2 to 4 times a day, and they really lift you up. And for that, let me show you one of the happiness diffuser that not only the children love, but many grown-ups as well. So I'll dive down to get something to you that's really cool. And that is the owl. You see it here? I know I have bright lights here in my studio at home. When I take the owl's head off, then you see I already put water in, a few drops of lime and orange. And then the secret of the owl is that you touch its feet, and now you can see it has like a soft mode. You can barely see it, but if you look close here, it's on. Then you can take it, you can switch it off by touching the right foot, seen from the owl's perspective. When you touch it again, it goes on strongly, and now you can see the stream here. When you touch it again, it goes into interval mode, so it doesn't diffuse so strongly, but a little bit softer. When you touch it again, it goes off, and then it goes on. And on the other foot, the left side as seen from the owl, and then it changes its colors. But again, of course, I have very bright studio lights here, so you can see me in all I show you. So this is a soft light as well, because you don't want to wake up your children at night by a very bright light, but it's like a night lamp. You can just use it as a lamp, or you can put it on different diffusing modes. And now, what's really cool about this is it has different buttons on here, and you can put in different music, so, and different volumes. One of them is the rainfall, which can be very relaxing when you get your child to sleep, or even yourself. Well, we have a lot of that naturally in Hamburg right now, so I don't really use that mode that often, because the rain drips down anyway. But then you can also put on chirping birds, put on different volumes, and ocean waves. I love that. Oh, and by the way, if you press the volume button to the loudest and then once more, it just switches off. So you can use it without sound. You hear the relaxing waves. This always reconnects me to Hawaii and to that relaxing ocean. And then you have the wind here. And then you have a gentle piano music. And then, of course, you can switch it off. So I put my happiness oils often in the owl, because it reminds me of the being playful, not taking things too seriously, but just enjoy a little bit the fragrances and the experiences along the way. And of course, my little brother and sisters, they are already very excited about this. They just love it, right? So, now I showed you a few happiness blends, and now let's get to the Christmas blend. Do you also love to come home in the afternoon or evening, or maybe you work from home like I do, and you enter the house and it's warm, it's welcoming, and it smells like fresh cookies, Christmas cookies. It just smells like enjoyment, like being at home, like coziness, being together. And there's one blend which is made up of just 3 oils, but it really smells like those Lebkuchen. I don't know how you call it in English, but it's a very spicy cookie and a special Christmas cookie. And this one has orange and spruce and cinnamon bark. So the cinnamon, which is very warming around Christmas time, also for cold feet, very good to apply it there. The orange, which really uplifts you emotionally, and spruce, which grounds you and reminds you of your inner strength. And that one I, of course, apply on my spiritual heart again, because when you apply it here on your chest, on your spiritual heart, you're like a human diffuser, and you get that Christmas spirit or that uplifting fragrance directly up to your nose, and it's just absolutely enriching your experience during the day. And of course, I have a diffuser to show you for that. It's one of the simplest ones, and This one, it looks like a dewdrop, and this is one of the simplest ones. It has a blue light and light off, and then it switches off. So you just take the cap off, and then you see it diffuses here. Oh, and by the way, when you fill it up too much, it still diffuses, but it doesn't have the strength like the other ones. You really have to fill it up exactly to the red spot here, which you can hopefully, yeah, now you see it, I think. If you fill it a little bit too much like I did, you don't see the powerful steam until it has worked its way off a little bit, but you can already smell Christmas spirit, for example, in the air. So this is one way I wanted to show you today, that you don't have to use those synthetic and poisonous candles anymore with synthetic fragrances. Really look for the quality in your essential oils, and I inspire you to just put your nose into different oils and oil blends, just smell different oranges, different peppermints, different any oil really, different vanillas from different companies, from different places, and really feel into it. As long as you have like a stingy or unpleasant experience when you smell it, it probably has some synthetic stuff in it, the oil. And if you have an oily film when you inhale it, or an oily film on your hands when you take it on your hands, keep away from that, because most of the time there's synthetics mixed in. When you really smell orange or vanilla, and it's like a round fragrance for you, and it feels natural, and you know where the oil in the plant comes from, then you probably have a high quality essential oil. But if it is a really artificial smell, like you have many artificial vanillas, many artificial oranges, just keep away from it, or see where it comes from. I visit the farms, 2 or 3 farms a year at least. This summer I did a road trip with my friends to 6 different farms in Canada, in the north of the US, and then we did a second road trip through the south of France and Croatia, just to visit the farms and just to be in those little paradises, because it's all nature and it's so nice to be there. You really feel that original feeling of wellness and health and happiness that you have when you're out in nature, without any toxins around you, without any radiation around you, or the least you can possibly get on this planet. Alright, so these are really the essential oils for happiness and productivity. Feel free to share your favorite oil applications for happiness and productivity and for Christmas. Feel free to tag your friends in this video, just write their name and tag them, and that way you can invite them. And also, if you wish to get a few of those blends, feel free to go to my website livefragrantly.com/order. You can get them for Christmas or even for the whole Christmas time. You can get the diffusers there, and you can also dive into the inspirational videos that I do on different essential oils and what they do, how they can inspire you and uplift you and relax you. You can really go through the different topics there. Alright, it was a pleasure having you on here live or having you in the replay. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to your experiences with that. For me, it's just a lot of fun to have fragrances around me, powerful natural fragrances, and to really live a happy and productive time even during the darker winter season. And it's my pleasure to share with you. Looking forward to connecting with you, to seeing you in the next live video. Until then, enjoy the applications and enjoy your essential oils.